Today we're gonna be speaking to how to interact with anyone, like your grandma, your son, your daughter, your uncle, like anybody. And we have the pleasure of having Steven on. Some of you might think to yourself, I've seen him before. Well, that's because you have good memory to you.
Mhm.
It's a couple of years ago, probably. I wasn't even here last time. So, what is like a good way to get a conversation started? Because I think that's where a lot of people stop. Basically, they want to start the conversation, but then like, oh, what they're saying, then they just don't do it.
Yeah, I think I was listening to a speaker a few years ago, a psychiatrist, and he was talking about the division within our culture with a lot of the political and social division that's going on. And it's created quite a bit of hostility. And one of the comments that he made, and I agree with it, was that he said the first question that people will ask when they meet you is, "Are you safe?" Now, they may ask a follow-up question like, are you caring? Are you competent? Are you other things? But to get past that first issue, and of course, a lot of people don't articulate that to themselves, but I think that is there in a large portion of society. And I have made it a habit that when I am out and about, whether I'm walking through my neighborhood or whether I'm at work or engaging with family, is I always want that initial impression to be one of politeness, one of kindness. And there is universal language. I think everybody understands a smile. Everybody understands a kind wave. Years ago, I used to walk through my neighborhood, and when I was first there, when I would walk through the neighborhood, people didn't know me. And so when I saw people out in their driveway or mowing their yard or whatever it was they were doing, if there was, I would watch them. And then as soon as we would make eye contact, I would smile and wave at them. And I found that at about 90% of the people would smile and wave back. But what it does is it immediately diffuses any concern that they may have because I present myself as a friend, not an enemy. But if I don't take that initiative, if I don't initiate that action, then I run the risk of allowing their mind to conjure up anything about me. And it could be neutral, it could be negative, but I want to establish that up front. So always a kind smile, a gesture, a kind word to somebody. I think that really opens up the door to conversation at that point.
Yeah, like you mentioned, are you a threat is the first option that our mind go to, which got me naturally thinking about animals. We normally don't think of ourselves as one, even though neurologically we still very much is one. We're like 10% human and still like 90% ape.